boy, So Juve in the building. And let me go ahead and introduce the cast of characters. To that way, I got HLS.
Habitual line stepper. What's up, everybody?
And down to the bottom over there, we got the logical genius.
Yo, 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 you already know who it is. It's the logical one.
That's it. And welcome to another episode of the My Five Cents podcast.
Why is this one different? Tell them. Tell them.
The reason why is that our show and what people like about our show very much so is the structure and the format of the show. It's very rigid. People know what they're going to get. But we found that there was a little bit of a missed opportunity when it comes to that rigidness. HLS, can you explain what that missed opportunity is?
We miss current events. We miss the things that are happening right now. For us to get a guest, to book a time slot, to get a recording done, it takes a lot of preparation. There's a lot of back office preparation you guys don't know about. But this time we're doing it different. It's just us.
And logical genius, what's your 5 cents on this?
Yeah, it's one of those things where we hear from our listeners, we hear from our fans, and they just like to hear us speak about shit. They like they just like the banter back and forth and like to hear our opinions on things. And what better than talk about current events and things that have been happening the past week or so, to give our insights, to give our 5 cents on how the world's shaping. We do this for our weekly episodes, but a lot of those are pre-recorded, weeks in advance, and so usually when we hit a headline, we see a headline in the news, we're a little behind on it. So this is just getting us current and getting us talking. So it should be fun.
Yes. So with that, this is our 5 cents about last week. And I'm going to start off at number 5. And at number 5, we want to thank all of our new followers on the socials. I want to start with our TikTok. We got agile.cat. We got Soda Cat, Harper, Detective POV. We got Kurtwit, and we got Pat Gale. Oh, man, thank you for following. Truly appreciate y'all on the TikTok. And on Instagram, we have CA Demers. We have OnQ Management. We got Empowerment Divas Network. We got Kadar Muhammad. We got Justice 911. And we got Cadet. So thank you all for giving us a follow. Really, what we're looking for is to continue to build this community. And the best way to participate is by joining in the discussion. So when we have a people's poll, please don't hesitate to put your opinion in there. If you make it funny enough, we might actually shout you out in the episode like we just did right now. So just thank you to all of those new followers on our social media.
Yeah,
Who's
definitely.
coming in at number 4?
Well, before we get there, yeah, definitely let us know what you think. Because I swear the fans are on my side and you guys don't believe me. So when you guys listen to the episode and you agree with your boys' list, let us know in the comments.
Listen, the only fan you have is OnlyFans. So I don't know what fans you're talking about. No one's asking you. No one's believing you. Don't believe the hype. But yeah, I mean, all the names that Social Juve just ripped off, I hope half of them are real and they're not bots. They're actually listening to us. But I appreciate the love. Always, we appreciate the love. We appreciate our fans, and thank you for tuning in on a weekly basis.
For sure. Speaking of, what do you got at number 4, Logical Genius?
So at number 4, our fan favorite, Mr. Trump, our president, right? So on Tuesday, Coca-Cola said that it would launch a version of its signature drink made with American cane sugar. The announcement comes days after President Trump posted on Truth Social that he had been speaking to Coca-Cola about using real cane sugar in Coke in the United States, and they have agreed to do so. Initially, Coca-Cola did not confirm the news. The company told NBC News, cut that out, last week that it appreciated Trump's enthusiasm for their iconic Coca-Cola brand, but the details will soon be shared. So this is our president making a claim that he influenced and persuaded Coca-Cola to use real cane sugar. So for those of us who don't know, I think a lot of the like brand of Coca-Cola, like in Mexico and Latin American countries and probably other parts of the world, use real cane sugar. And in the United States, we use high fructose corn syrup, which a lot of people are saying are really, really bad because it's really, really addictive and it's just bad for you. So this is him, I don't know whether or not he had the influence or not. I think it's known that he's a big Diet Coke fan. So I don't know if that influenced him to have a conversation. I don't know if he actually had the conversation or if in his head he had the conversation with the Coca-Cola people, whoever they are. But it's hard to deny the news reports, right? He said he made this conversation, and like a week later, Coca-Cola is saying, "Hey, we're going to produce more Coca-Cola real cane sugar in the United States." So I don't know. I don't know.
This guy is ass backwards. So you need real sugar cane for cane sugar, right?
Mm-hmm.
U.S. doesn't have the 24/7, 365 climate to grow real cane sugar all year round. Not only that, a lot of the farmers working in these fields don't look like us. They don't look like Mr. Trump. They look like a lot of the people that are being deported. So you have this plan to get real cane sugar made in the U.S., grown in the U.S., but a lot of the field work you're getting rid of. So how's this going to work?
I don't know. I mean, one of the reports said that they
I,
would be using cane sugar grown here in the United States. But good points. Good points.
Maybe it's a limited edition batch.
yeah. For me, this storyline, if I'm gonna rate this on 1 to 5 cents, I give this a 1. This is just another, I guess, moment where the president is just not relating with us black people. Cause I'm pre-diabetic. I can't drink the shit regardless. So like most of my black brothers out there my age, like we can't drink this soda shit. So who gives a fuck
Mm-hmm.
about sugar cane fructose? We're not supposed to be drinking any of it. End of story.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I touched a Coke. Like unless I'm drinking a rum and Coke, which hasn't been late as of late, but I'm not touching that soda usually anyway. So
Yeah, yeah. That's the only time I'm drinking Coke. And it may not even be Coke. It may be like whatever cola
soda.
yeah,
Yeah,
whatever
right, yeah.
soda cola that comes in at the club stores. But agreed. And moving on, speaking about Trump, I think we're in the 3 position now. And this guy's in the news all the time. It's really, he's a master of diversion. He now says he's going to hold up a new stadium deal in the nation's capital for the Washington football team, not called the Commanders, unless they change their name back to the Redskins. Why? He also said he wants to revert Cleveland, the baseball team in Cleveland, to revert their name back to the Indians. Again, the Washington Commanders, the Cleveland Guardians. Why do you want to be offensive to the people who are indigenous to this land? It doesn't make sense. Well, it makes sense because we all know what your objective is.
Mm-hmm.
But to everyone else, nobody cares that much to change it back. Who's asking for this? I haven't heard anyone you guys know. You guys are sports fan. No one asking for this.
MAGA is asking for it.
Oh, yeah. Manga is asking for that. I mean, you have people in the sports world who are like, "Oh, I can't believe they changed it." And they're like, people are diehard about the local teams or the team that they support. I mean, there are videos of people smashing TVs when their team loses in the Super Bowl or something like that, right? So I can see there are people like that, but I think most people are like, okay, they're over it. They moved on. They're accepting that it's what I think. Cleveland is the Guardians. I think Cleveland Guardians, and then
Yep,
the
regardless.
Redskins are now the Commanders.
Yep.
So it's one of those things where it's like, why dip your toes into this when it's not really a thing? Like, isn't there other things you can focus your attention on as leader of the free world? So I don't know.
Agreed. Have you guys ever not watched a team because you don't like the team's name? Ever?
No.
Have you ever
And it's like
changed?
bad names or anything. They're just different names.
Yeah, they're just different.
No,
It's the same team, same players, same coaches. This guy.
But I mean, honestly, we all know why he is concentrating on the names of these sports teams.
Yep.
It's so that we're not concentrating on the names of those files. You know which files we talking about.
Yes, sir.
True story. True story. So, Soju, what do you got next? What's on your
So
list?
I'm gonna go ahead and pivot to number two. And number two doesn't involve President Trump. It involves
Thankfully.
Andy Byron, who resigned from his job as CEO of Cincinnati-based Astronomer Incorporated. Astronomer released a statement that it is committed to the values and culture that have guided us since our founding. Our leaders are expected to set standard in both conduct and accountability, and recently that standard was not met. You want to know how it wasn't met?
Tell
Because
us. Tell us.
Andy was caught on the kiss cam at a Coldplay concert. Oh, Andy. I have a
Andy.
lot to say, but I think the first thing I have to say is this was the worst kiss cam move that I've seen ever. Ultimately, if he just kissed the chick, this would never have even came out. It wouldn't have even been a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the way that they ducked and were so mortified, people were like, what is going on here? So the question that I actually have for you all, outside of what move would you have pulled if the kiss cam came up on you if you're with your slide? The other question is there no longer privacy in a public setting? Like
That's why it's called
Eminem back in
public.
the day would be like, "Yo, I can't even take a piss." Like, yeah, like is privacy no longer a thing?
It's not. It's
No,
not.
not it's almost common sense, but there's no privacy in public, right? Um, that's just the way the world is, right? And I agree with you. I mean, their reaction made it more worse than it really is because
Mhm.
everyone's like, "What the f?" And that just creates newsline. When things are out of the ordinary, it creates headlines. And I don't know if you guys saw this, but the Philadelphia Phillies, a baseball team, made a spoof of that because this kiss cam happens on every almost sporting event, right?
Mhm.
So they did their version of it, and they were going around, but then they had like the Phillies mascot like hugging each other like that, and then when the camera panned to them, they were like acting like the way the CEO and his mistress or the HR person was acting, and like it was one of the funniest things I've seen in terms of a video. So, but yeah, their reaction just made it worse.
In today's day and age, there's cameras everywhere. You
Hmm.
have red light cameras, you have ATM cameras, you have phone cameras, you have security cameras on someone's store. There's cameras everywhere. So lesson learned: never go out with your slide.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of from a few years ago when the Dallas Cowboys were supposed to win and they ended up losing in the playoffs, and they had like
Mhm.
videos of the fans like crying and like so depressed and whatever. And there was this one couple where he was
Yes.
with his side piece, and when it happened, he kind of like did one of these like, oh, I don't know this girl, even though a second later they were like hugging or something like that. And then I think it was reported afterwards that his girlfriend, his actual lady, saw that, and because it was televised and was everywhere on ESPN a lot, and they ended up breaking up. So yeah, the cameras are on you, or at least don't get into an area where it's a lot of cameras or a lot of attention. Don't get them courtside seats. Don't get them special boxes,
Skyboxes.
sky
Yeah.
boxes. Now keep it in the
Yeah.
back row. And that
Yeah.
no one where no one
Skyboxes.
can see
And
you.
then yeah, where no one could see you and you can't show any emotion. But they
Hmm.
wanted to capture the emotion of the moment.
Hmm.
Look at this couple hugging and how cute
Yeah,
they are.
yeah, exactly. Like,
And
oh,
no longer the CEO.
but if you sat there
Yeah, and
bored as
then
hell,
now
the
he's like,
camera's not
oh,
pointing to you.
nope. My other question is, who was the chick next to them? because she was just as mortified. Like, what was her role in this?
She might have known. She might have been the one person that knew what was going on with the two, right?
She might have got free
Yeah,
tickets just to keep her mouth
I'm
shut.
just
The
saying.
accomplice, maybe the assistant to one of them
Oh
or
no,
something.
that has to be his admin, right? Stereotypical
Yeah,
had to be his
yeah. Like,
secretary.
listen, keep this hush hush, and I'll bring you to a Coldplay concert. Like one of those
Right,
things.
right. Terrible, terrible.
And HLS, what do we got at number one?
Yeah, switching gears. This one was tough. This one was tough. Number one, I watched this actor growing up. Um, he played a brother in a family with sisters. I have sisters. I felt like, he was kind of the representation of what I was going through at the time, a little bit. It's Malcolm Jamal Warner,
Yeah.
54 years young, passed away in a tragic accident where he drowned. This one definitely made me stop in my tracks a little bit when the news came out.
Yeah, rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner, better known as Theo Huxtable. And I think on to your point is that Theo was like part of the family. This was part of America's Family, the Cosby Show, and in that first episode where Dr. Huxtable is giving Theo the life lesson of having a girlfriend and how much that will cost, like that will forever be ingrained in my mind, in my heart. So to lose him, it really feels like you're losing family, you're losing part of your youth there. So very sad and very tragic.
Yeah, definitely. It's almost not shocking sometimes when you hear a celebrity passing, but it's always shocking when you hear someone about somebody passing. But it's one of those things where you're like, really, like how's something like that happen? And it's just so random, right? And then you realize like celebrities, like people, are just regular people. Like any
Yeah,
random thing can happen to them. Um, and just there's no difference between you and the celebrity when it comes to things like this and tragedy. And unfortunately, he it's become one of the more recent celebrities that lost his life. I was looking at like his shows and TV shows that he's been on, and he's been on a lot, and including the Cosby Show. He's been on A Different World, which was on, had a few years run. He had his own show, Malcolm and Eddie, with the
yeah.
comedian Eddie. I can't remember his last
Eddie
name.
Griffin. Eddie Griffin.
Yeah, Eddie Griffin. Yep, he's made appearances on The Fresh Prince of Bel Air, Sons of Anarchy, which is one of my favorite shows. A lot of shows that he's been on. Suits, another show.
Yeah,
So he's made his mark, at least in entertainment.
yeah, for sure, for sure. I think next to Felicia Rashad, he might be the most successful to come out of that show.
The
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh
You
no,
mean
no,
like,
no, 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 no.
yeah,
Who?
The daughter,
Lisa
the granddaughter,
Bonet.
Olivia, was it? Simone?
So,
No, Raven Simone.
Raven Simone.
but
I feel
you're
like,
saying y'all saying before, besides Bill Cosby himself, right? I mean,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
made
yeah.
trajectory wise
So
this, but
first,
he was,
first
after that
Bill.
show, he was trending like crazy. Yeah, he was America's dad for a long time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. First Bill,
But
then Felicia.
excluding
Now
him,
I would
yeah,
argue Malcolm is more successful than
Yeah.
Raven Simone. I would argue. I would
we can have that argument at a later
Yeah,
time.
I don't know if
argue.
you'd win that argument. Yeah, because
She was big.
she
She had a
what
young
went through that
audience.
run, was it with Nickelodeon or
Raven had
Disney?
she was on
Yeah, and the Cheetah Girls.
Yeah,
yeah, was it
Yeah,
Cheetah Girls, movies,
yeah.
television. She had her own talk show for a while.
Yeah, you guys
Um,
might be right. Yeah, she was on The View
yeah,
or The Talk or
Malcolm
something like
Jamal
that.
Warner was he made a lot of, besides having his the two other shows I mentioned, Malcolm and Eddie and A Different World. A lot of the other shows he was on was as a guest star, right?
Yeah,
A true guest star, just to, trying to foreshadow our previous episodes. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't think he had. I think Raven Simone was probably next in terms of breakout after that show.
I'm gonna look that up.
So rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner and
For
anybody
sure.
else that has lost a loved one. I know that we here at the My Five Cents, we recently have lost a loved one. So definitely rest in peace to Tati Get. We love you, and I'm hoping that you're laughing in heaven with your
For
siblings
sure.
there.
For sure.
So that was our 5 cents on the about last week. I guess we're gonna do this again next week.
We're gonna try. Definitely gonna try.
Definitely gonna give it a try. It ain't. You know what? It might not be all three of us. It might just be two of us. It might just be one of us. But until then, this is our 5 cents. Peace.